Now then YouTube, right, how is it gone? We're back again for another installment on the Jetta series. Last time you seen us, if you want to go and watch the video the last time we did, it was on fitting the Wagner tuner and intercooler and all the boost pipe before I went away to decimal tenths for ports cleaning and a load of stuff recalibrating. If you want to go and watch that video, click up here, I think it'll be somewhere. Valves are all clean, car feels way different, like way different, so much more top end in it. Obviously the car hasn't been for full calibration with all the new stuff on it, so it's kind of running on somewhat of a base map. But today's job, we have been to decimal tenths and picked this little bad boy up, K04 anti-surge core. So we're going to go and clean the bench off, get everything in order. We're going to go strap this together and look at getting an exhaust made as well, so let's get cracking. I've been walking around with this all day like a fucking child with a new toy on Christmas. Oh right, we're going to have to get that door shut because the wind that's coming through that door is Baltic. It's beautiful outside, but hell, it's freezing in there. So what we've got here, core hardware, spare banjos. Huh? This is a standard K04 manifold, and the plan was to pour the shit out of this, and I thought, you know what it is, I'll just leave it be. Peak numbers, I'm not really after massive peak numbers, I'm just after a good, solid, you know, the top line number can be a fun map. It won't get used at 400 horse or whatever it makes all the time, because it's just asking for something to be blown to smithereens. So yeah, we'll give this a little clean up. Check that these studs are a bit iffy. They are L-shagged, that's what they are. There's plenty of meat on there, you get some nuts on. So before we dive any further into rebuilding things, all the rest of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the shit out of everything. All the lines, or try and get in all the nooks and crannies in here, give these bolts a little run over with the tap, get it into where the wastegate sits in the back of the house, and get a right good clean up, because the last thing I want is to put all this together, send it to Nick at decimal tenths, and he'd be like, something's not quite right here, or something isn't quite as good as it should be here. So I'm going to give everything a good blast hour, and we'll be back shortly. Certainly a lot cleaner than what it was when I started. So I've done pot side, downpipe flange, because it was proper minging before I started, but now it's less minging, and the head flange as well, which is currently covered in bits of fucking Scotch Brite, but I'll blow it all off and give it a good clean before I put anything on the car, obviously. But right, got that done. We'll do all these other little bits of pipe work, and we'll start putting things together. Right then, we've got everything where it needs to be in terms of cleanness, so I'm going to go and give this a quick blowout with the airline. I'm going to do it all over there, because honestly this airline, if I'm not careful, the bench will take off. It's that fucking powerful. Blow a hole in an elephant's ass. Right then, so here comes the good bit. We'll get is set up over there, I think, and we'll get some close-ups on the door. Oh, hey, I'm excited for this, you know. Now, I'm not sure exactly on what specs are different to this core. Now, usually, I would imagine it'll just be uprated bearings, revised like geometry. But I don't know in terms of actual impeller versus propeller, all the rest of it, if there's any changes. So, turbocharger fitting guide. Number 1. Well, there's no shaft play in that bad boy, I'll tell you that much. I tell you what, I've got the old core on the bench over there, should we drag it out? Aye. Ooh, aye. The hot side wheel is fucking humongous on this one compared to the old one. I'll get the camera and show you. So, old one, 6 impeller blades compared to the 7 on the hybrid core, which will obviously increase spool time, I'd imagine, and overall efficiency. But when you look at the angle of which, hold on, are you gonna focus first? The angle at the gap, oh fuck off, you can't. So the angle and the gap in between these here, and it's going to be hard to focus on this because it's so shiny. Nah, it doesn't like that. Anyway, the gaps in between the fins are massive. And then if you can't see the difference in the hot side wheel, you must have Stevie Wonder's genetics, like, because that is beefy. Input shaft is the same hardware size, so not a whole lot stronger, I wouldn't imagine, in terms of the actual shaft, but this has like upgraded 360 race bearings in, which will just be like a ceramic ball bearing cartridge upgrade, whereas this will be, I don't know what kind of bearing will be in there, God knows, but looks cool, so we'll put it in. Should probably really use some cheaper engine oil, but I mean, we like a bit of thick stuff for assembly, don't we? Yes. That'll do. That'll do, Geordie. Get it dipped in here, nice and coloured. Bosh. Right, there is a little dowel, as you might be able to see, on the hot side, which we will aim for, which will align the core to the manifold where it needs to be, and then on the other side we'll just have to roughly clock it, and then if it needs any more adjustment then we can go from there. So I don't know if this will need any heating. Or whether it'll just go on home. Like a glove. A bit of grease on the out threads. 5 newtons. Oh yes. We're much past that, so that's good. Right then. So bang, a little bit on these edges. Don't want any O-rings getting nipped. A little lube. Right, so where are we sitting? So engine block. This will drop in a decent way. Like so. So where did I mark? Imagine it sits somewhere around there. There she is. So about there, yeah, pretty bang on. Somewhere there. Lush, right then. So these are just tiny, tiny little things. I don't know if they've got any thread locker on them, or whether that's just corrosion. Do I put some thread locker on them? Probably should, shouldn't I? Yeah, put a little bit of thread locker on it. The tiniest of dabs. I've done this the wrong way around, boys. It's not contacting anything. Yep, looks good. Don't think we've got any contact anywhere. Put your hands up. Who would you prefer, or who would you rather slide tackle out with JLS first? If you had to go with a lot of them, who would you slide tackle first? Bosch. Das ist 5 Newtonmeter. 5 Newtonmeters. Lush. So then, new actuator. This is going to allow us to hold a bit more boost. So then, El Rodo Slido into Hero. Nice, these ones line up. Nice. Like that. do it. Right, I'll just go and get another 10 mil. Bosh. And then on the original setup, you have this little piece here that you clip over the threads, over the nuts into the threads, and it basically stops those nuts from backing themselves off or doing any funny business. Just like that. So then battery's charged up a little bit. We've got this water feed line, water feed line on and about to torque down, so I think I'm going to go for a 15 Newton meter clicky click first, and then we might go a little bit further past that with it being new washers and whatnot. Now with this sort of stuff you can usually feel when it's about right, but it's not often I use little torque wrenches on little jobs like this, so I like to try and get a bit of a feel for things. That's 30, that's enough. We shall see how that seals. Now I didn't heat any of these O-rings up, so hopefully they will withstand the test of time. If not, they'll just need a little nip up and away we go. Do it. It's a little nip. No crazy. That was tight. So I've still got a bolt there for something. That's on and tight. Now, I don't know whether on the TTRS that this came off, or TTS or whatever, if the lines are all different perhaps on it, but that's a coolant line, so that should go from there to there, I'm guessing. But there's a little clip here, I don't know if you can see it, that looks like it's supposed to go somewhere. See, that would make more sense because it probably bolts the block somewhere. I'll see if we can find some photos of it. Now I've sussed that this coolant line on the top here goes on there like this. No, wrong line. Was it this one? So that coolant line goes there like that, and then this one goes over the top and clicks into this one here, I think. Little something like that. So what we'll do first is we'll get, I think, the oil line on, because there's that flexi. No, oil line on first and then this one on second. We shall dump all that oil into there. That's a bit much now. She's a bit wet, you know. Oh, she's sopping. Go on, drink it. Am I gonna have to get my gob around that? Probably. Do I really want to? Yes. So then, oil feed in place, coolant drain comes up in here and slots in. Oh, yes. Oil feed, coolant return and coolant feed all buttoned up. All these odd bits of pipe all have like little brackets on that all like connect together. Hold on, let's try and get a good shot of that. Up in here, they all brought like all attached together some way or form, so you can't really get it wrong. Had to do a little bit of digging, but we will torque this one up and I think we'll sign it off here. So that is pretty much how you build a hybrid K04 core into a standard housing. So I hope you've all enjoyed it, because I've actually enjoyed this job. It's 15. Take it all the way up to 25 and give it a little bit past that till it feels right, because it's the best way to do it. That's 25. All fresh copper washers on. Like I say, I should have probably heated them up, but I'll do. Right then, ladyboys and gentlecocks. That is one fully assembled anti-surge K04-064 unit. Easy job for someone that's never built a turbo in his life. We'll find out about that on dyno day though, whether I've done it right enough or not. So yeah, it's been a good little job this, I've enjoyed it. We haven't got much battery left, so I'm going to have to sign this off pretty quickly. But for people who are looking to do this, the anti-surge cores aren't going to give you a massive increase in power. That's not why I'm doing this. They mainly do three things: decrease or increase response, decrease in lag, obviously with it being a billet core, race bearings and whatnot, reducing friction drag. It's going to increase spool times. There's a quote of up to 500 RPM, but we'll see about that. So any turbo lag that I've gained from going from K03 to K04 should hopefully be mitigated. Number two, it supplies boost and it allows you to push more boost down low. Basically, it's not that it's pushing loads more boost through the turbo. It just means that it flows more efficiently and allows more air through the compressor housing at a specific RPM rather than the OEM unit. And number three, it obviously is going to outlive the car. It's one of those things that it's the standard K04 units. They are good at standard, but even as soon as you start to modify and map them, they have I'm pretty sure it's wide open throttle, so open throttle compressor surge. So when you let the throttle off and you hear this, that isn't as bad as an open throttle compressor surge. You basically, your turbo and engine, it's just all out of whack, and whatever it's doing isn't great. It's causing the turbine wheel to stall under load, and it's not good for bearings and seals and stuff like that. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Join us back next week. We'll be mocking this up on the car and making a full 3-inch system with a titanium back box if all goes to plan. So yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be quite a few videos on the Jetta up in the next couple of weeks. The car's coming to live at the workshop for a little bit, so we'll see what we can get done in before next month. Catch you then.